So the motherboard the motherboard and CPU combo that we put up for sale a while back. Well, not a while back, probably maybe 2 weeks ago now. When was the last time I posted that episode 8? So I guess a week feels like longer than that. Yeah, I don't know. Feels longer than that, but yeah. So that's still up on Facebook Marketplace. Still waiting to be sold. So I need to sell that before I start with the next build. I'm hoping to get at least make my money back for it. I've got it up there for 520 at the moment. So if I get anything, if I get 520 or I get 450 and above, that's good. What I plan to do with that money once I get it is buy a B550 motherboard for this build, and then also buy a cooler for the build, and that'll be it for that. And I'll be able to get a video up and put that build on Facebook Marketplace. So I'll probably put that up for around $900, and well, we'll say $950, and I'm hoping it sells for $850. Hoping, but we'll see. I think the marketplace at the moment is pretty slow, and I just think it's because of people not having money. So if I put the motherboard up for, on Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, and eBay. eBay just recently, and I know I wasn't gonna do eBay, but well, I don't know whether I mentioned that in the last episode, but I felt like eBay, they take too much of a cut, and you can't maximize profit using eBay. But what I've done with the motherboard is I've added on the 15% on eBay, so we still get the same amount if we sold it on Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree or whatever. So I've covered that cost. Yeah, I just think I have to be patient. You know what I mean? But it's just I want to get content out as well, so it's a balancing act. I want to move the PC or move the component so I can have a steady flow of content. So I do have some parts for this build. 12 of these, so laptop parts, spinner hard drives. Just because of the state of the prices of SSDs are crazy, so I thought if I can get just storage in general, but have just a spinner hard drive for backup storage, and then have an M.2, a 500 gig M.2 as the gaming hard drive. I wasn't going to go anything less than 500 gig because you're only going to put one or two games, especially a game like Battlefield 6. But what I'm thinking is at least the user, the customer can put the game on here, and then when they're not playing it, store it on the slower hard drive. I got 12 of those spinner hard drives. I've only got one SSD, and later on down the track I plan to bulk buy M.2s and bulk buy DDR4 RAM. There's a lot of DDR4 RAM for sale, 16 gig kits, a lot of different ones, but I think if I can get the right timings and right speeds, I can mix the kits up as long as they're generally the same speed. Well, they're the same speed and generally the same timings. So yeah, they're the things, they're the parts that I've got. IAM Plus, I've got a case as well, so I got that for $30 brand new. Just a bit dusty, but I thought that was a good pickup as well. So here's the GPU here. So 2060 Super Gigabyte, looks to be in good nick. A bit dusty. but she'll do the job. So what I'm aiming for this build is a budget 1080p build, but we can play Battlefield 6 on. That's my aim. So in the next episode, hopefully we'll by next weekend we'll have all the parts, and we'll build this next system up, and then we'll see if we can get 60 FPS on Battlefield 6. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get 60 FPS Battlefield 6, because that'll be my main selling point for this build. So yeah. So what we'll do is we'll bring out my server again, and we'll take out the 660 that's in there and put this in and see if it works. So we got the server. I'll put it on the side so you guys can see. Oop. So I use this build for just storing all my footage. It's a i5 with 32 gigs of DDR3 memory, and it's got an 8TB spinner hard drive and a 128 SSD. Take it out get that out of the way for this test. Make sure that's seated properly. That's pretty good. My power. Oops. Remember guys, when you put the graphics card in, just make sure your cords are out of the way so you're not having to take your graphics card out again and finding your cords, etc. Pain in the butt. Let's see, hopefully we've got a working graphics card. Turn it on, and we have a working graphics card. So once I get the parts, I'll build the PC and subscribe to see how I go with it.